Hello. This is about the sin nature and what they call the flesh in the Bible. It was an overcast day at my house at the place I lived before now. I had been walking to visit a neighbor, and as I neared home, I noticed a man in the yard looking at the house. I noticed that he also had on insulated coveralls to make the brisk air feel more comfortable. I remember wishing he was not there, whoever he was, because I really needed to go to the bathroom, and was aiming, no pun intended, to do so as soon as I got in the house. When I got close enough to the man to say hello, I noticed that he looked very familiar. However, I was quite sure I did not know him after he introduced himself, because I did not recognize his name. It seemed that he was a salesman interested in me saving a substantial amount of money on my heating and cooling bill by selling me some new windows and siding. I needed to go number one so bad, but I could not get the guy to just go away. I guess because he looked familiar, and I just knew I must have met him sometime before, and not wanting to be rude, and because it was so cold outside, instead of just saying no and get, I said, "Come on in and sit down, because I really have to go to the bathroom." After we got into the house, he was seated, I excused myself and made my way to the bathroom. By the time I got there, I was becoming pained. However, I could not quit worrying about the stranger sitting in my house while I was in the bathroom, no matter how familiar he looked. I eased the door open a little and peeked out the crack and could see enough of him to see that he was sitting in a relaxed fashion, as if he was going to stay put until I got back. But then I thought maybe he was just going to wait till he hears the water, then get up and look for something to steal. Then it did not matter anymore. I had to go. I would just have to go as quickly as possible before he could clean me out, if that was his goal. Oh man, let me tell you, by now I was about to bust and in a hurry, for two reasons. Is it not ironic that when you have been holding it very long indeed, that it is so painful and hard to get started? This on top of the guy sitting down the hall, taking inventory at best. Oh, the pain and the hurry. Then I could not get stopped, and the longer it went on, the more sure I was that I was being robbed. I thought, he was only waiting to hear the water, and now he is up out of his chair, going through all my things, at the minimum marking their place so that he could come back some day when there was no one at home and take it all. And still I could not come to the end of it, though I was trying as hard as I could. Oh, the pain and the hurry. Finally, when it seemed as if the end was in sight and the pain was almost gone, I woke up. I thought, you must have just peed all over yourself. But then, no, I think you're okay. Then, just, I need to get up and go now for sure. It was about 1:30 in the morning, and as I sat there thinking about how amazingly real the dream was, and how close to wetting the bed I had just come, other things started to occur to me. The first thing that seemed to come to me is that some little dream doctoring demon has been fooling with all my controls, trying to get me to pee on myself. But why, I wondered. Then I thought, well, they probably don't have anything else better to do. Then I wondered about my subconscious, the smart people talk about, mainly because of the great detail of the dream. Awake now, I realized exactly who the man was. It seemed odd to me that I had not in a dream exactly where I was in my old house, and also that the bathroom in the dream was not where the old bathroom was in my old house before I remodeled it, or that the bathroom was in the where the bathroom was in my old house before I remodeled it, not where the new, more recent bathroom had been. Sorry about that. After thinking some more, I became sure that part of me had just tried to pee on the part of me that was alarmed at how close I had come to doing just that. But still there remains the question why. Why, when the part of me that is writing this down now was trying to take a break in the unconsciousness of sleep, was this other part trying to get me to pee in the bed? This other part that obviously has access to all my memory banks and has the ability not only to know that I need to urinate, but also has the ability to put together a very believable illusion of waking reality. I mean, if the other part has so much resource and power, why does it not know that I do not want to wet myself or the bed? I know that why does it not know that wetting the bed would cause me considerable shame and inconvenience, to say the least? Then I thought, this other part of me is at war with me. This other part of me is what Jesus called the flesh, as in, the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. Then I thought of Jesus fasting 40 days and nights, and the conquering, destructive effect it must have had on his flesh. He, in all his glory, about 3 years later, completely conquered not only his flesh, but that of his brothers and sisters as he delivered up his flesh for torture and death on the cross.